Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you want to see this full face, go ahead and check out my previous video using all Maybelline products. Now, let's go ahead and wash this makeup off and put on a brand new face. We are back and we are ready to play with some more makeup. Hello everyone, my name is Mary. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been with us before, welcome back to the channel. Also, if you've been with us before, you may see that things are looking a little different right now. If you watched my previous non-brand new face video, you'll see that we are in the process of changing the space up. So the walls have been painted all white, so the room is hopefully appearing a little bit brighter. We've rearranged. I have the window to my back here with curtains kind of working as the backdrop currently. I do plan on changing that. I don't love these off-white curtains, so I do have plans to put a little bit more color behind us, so things might look a little bland, but I wanted to brighten the space and change things up. But yeah, I'm excited to be recording in this new setup and I'm excited for it to continue to be put together. But that's not what this video is about. Today we are doing a brand new face video and I'm very, very excited. If you don't know what we do on this channel, we create brand new faces. We take one brand and one brand at a time and we play with the products and we put a brand new face together. And so let's dive into this brand. This brand is Milani. Now, I've known about Milani for a very, very long time, but I think I've only really used maybe like 2 or 3 of their products before. But every single time I see a Milani product come out or I'm, seeing it at the drugstore, it is a drugstore brand. The products just look so good and so pretty and they're always so exciting. And I don't know why I've never picked up as much, but any product that I ever have tried from Milani, I've enjoyed. So I'm excited to have a couple more products here. Crossing my fingers that they're all really great products, but we'll just have to put them to the test and find out. So I mentioned that they are a drugstore brand. You can find, I'm gonna pull it up here on their site. They are available in the drugstore area at Ulta's. You can find them at Walmart's, Target, CVS, HEB, and Walgreens. And then also on the site here, we'll just kind of dive into what the brand is about real quick. It says right on the top on there about us that we are Milani. We are here to fuel your self-expression with products that make the exclusive inclusive. I don't know what that means, but that's what's right at the top. We stand for quality, always attainable, always luxury. We stand for diversity, modern, authentic beauty for every shade, skin tone, and attitude. That's amazing. Whenever I see something regarding skin tone, that always makes me think, how many foundation or concealer shades do they have with their varieties of eyeshadows? How is this going to complement other skin tones and things like that? So love to see that. You can click in to dive deeper into some of that. Let me check out this part here. Our mission is to deliver prestige quality products at an affordable price that fits the needs of every skin tone, look, and attitude. They're cruelty-free. Awesome. And then it also says luxurious, attainable. Without the big price makeup, our products utilize the same ingredients and labs as luxurious brands. We believe everyone deserves luxurious made products. So the luxurious products that you can get from high-end other brands, but at a drugstore cost. I like that. Luxe quality products. They also have a breakdown of the products and stuff. And you can honestly, this would be a good thing for me to maybe study, but talks about some of the popular ingredients and stuff that are in their products and their uses and stuff. So I might need to save this. That looks very nice. Okay, yes, all good stuff. That was exciting to read through. The biggest thing that comes across is luxury products for a lower cost, being diverse, having a range of products for all different types of skin tones and things like that. So Yeah, all good things from there so far. So let's get this face put together. We're gonna start with our eyes like we usually do. So the first product that we are going to use is the concealer, and this is their Conceal Perfect Longwear Concealer. This comes in 18. This comes in 18 shades. I think that's a fairly decent shade range. And on the site here, it says, blemishes are canceled. This longwear concealer has a glamorously creamy formula. It is water resistant for up to 12 hours of brilliant full coverage. Be fearless about flaws with this liquid concealer, which is perfect for addressing under eye circles, blemishes, and skin discoloration. Our Smart Vegan formula contains vitamin E, that's good for your eyes, I believe, to replenish your skin's moisture, and is available in 18 shades. So here is what the packaging looks like. It comes in a plastic, I believe, container. Yes, plastic. And then I got their shade 100 Pure Ivory. And then when we open this up, oh, here is what the doe foot applicator looks like. It's kind of like a paddle. It's very like flat and long. So a little bit of a different shape than your typical doe foot, okay? So I'm going to start by priming the eyes with this concealer. I'm just gonna dab a little bit on both sides. And then I am going to take the Morphe sponge here and we will blend that out. Okay, so we've got that concealer applied. Definitely feels very light on the eyes. I do still see some veining coming through, so as like an eye base here, I'm not seeing to be very full coverage. I did try to build it up just a little bit, but I did not want to go too heavy on the eyes here. So it has canceled out a little bit of it, but definitely you can still see some veining coming through. It does feel to dry down fairly quickly, and of course we just applied it here, but so far it's not settling into the creases on the eyes yet here, but we will keep an eye on that as we continue on the look here. Next, we will dive into the eyeshadow palette. I took a peek at this when I was prepping this last night. Ooh, I'm so excited. So I went with their Gilded Terra eyeshadow palette. I think this is one of their newer products that they have, but they do have quite the selection for eyeshadows on their site and in stores and things like that. So let me show this to you guys here. Here's what the front of the packaging looks like. All right, it is a little bit, I believe the word is embossed, where this sticks out just slightly, just like the Milani part. Ta-da! Here is what the inside looks like. And if you've seen my previous videos, I got so giddy about the greens in here. I definitely want to incorporate some sort of green, maybe purple, into this look, because, ooh, that center shade there, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for. So let's see what this palette is all about. It says, earthy shades for otherworldly looks. Hyperpigmented earth tones in soft matte and rich shimmers. Undeniably gilded. Gilded Terra features 6 mattes, 8 shimmers, and 1 metallic. So highly pigmented, rich shimmers, soft mattes. So I don't believe I've ever used an eyeshadow palette, so we'll have to test the blendability, pigmentation of it, and all of that. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do. So I'm going to grab my M433 brush here, and I think the way I'm gonna start is I'm going to dip into Sunburn, but I want to soften it just a little bit as the transition here. So I'm gonna dip between Sunburn and Unplug here to create kind of like a soft transition shade. I believe I've got that first shade sort of where I want it, or those first 2 shades. As I got the main transition kind of built up, I started to just dip into that darker the darker slow burn shade to kind of keep it a little darker here on the edge. So far so good. It is definitely very dusty when dipping into those mats. So a lot of kickback when you tap your brush off, a lot of fluff, I guess, in the pan itself. I really don't mind that, but I do just want to let you guys know. But so far, I do love this shade so far, and I do like how that is blending onto the eyelids so far as well. We are going to darken things up a little bit more here with the next deepest brown. We are going to go into this Road to Nowhere shade at the end, using the same M433 brush here, dipping in and focusing this just on this outer part of the upper lash. There is that so far. I want to try to get better about my descriptive words that I use. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that this current, these brown shades that we've used so far are kind of giving a terracotta. I think that's the right term. I will try to correct myself and do my research, but I think that's kind of the colors that I'm getting from this is kind of like a terracotta kind of shade just from those browns so far. But I do like how that base is looking here so far. Next, what we're going to do, let's do a little bit of swatching here because I am so eager about that Sage Advice shade in the middle, but I should maybe find out if it's more of a topper, how pigmented it is. These definitely feel, at least the Sage and the Glamping one, feel like they're a little bit more creamy. Okay, there are those swatches. So for the green, it is Sage Advice. The purple is the Good to Grow, and the gold is the Glamping. Now, these aren't the most creamy feeling swatches. There is a little bit of crumbliness to it, so depending on the way that you apply it, I do think that there could be some fallout. You do get a lot that still sticks on your fingers here. They're so beautiful. I'm still very, very excited about them, but they're not the creamiest swatches that I've ever done, but also keep in mind that swatches don't always show you how well a product is going to perform. So I think what we're going to do, I am still going to use my finger here. I'm going to start still with that Sage Advice. Actually, let's first start with the one below it here, Like a Moss. This one, swatching it, was a little bit darker than what I was thinking. There's a lot of darker glitter tones in it. So I might try taking this one here, Like a Moss, and laying that down first, and then kind of using Sage Advice as maybe like a topper. And then next, what I want to do to kind of blend into the outer part here is take that Good to Grow shade. Again, using my finger, and we're going to start to blend the green and this purple in together. All right, so far so good. These greens and these purples blending in with each other kind of give a very kind of chromatic vibe. I am liking that a lot. And then let's take that Sage Advice on our finger. Start to press this on the lid. It's just kind of taking that current Like a Moss shade that we used and just kind of glimmering it up a little bit more. I love it. That's really, really pretty. Okay. And because I want to keep going, I'm going to take that Glamping shade as well, dip just slightly into it, and even go over with that as well to add a little bit of gold. Not a lot, just a little bit. I don't know how much this will pick up on camera. And then I'm going to take my M433 brush here and just kind of go along the crease, make sure that's all blending with each other nicely. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush. We're going to take the Morphe M213, and we're going to we're going to dip into this darkest shade down here, darkest brown Branch Out. And I'm just going to smoke out the lower lash line just a little bit more with this. Okay, and then next what we're going to do is we're going to take this darkest green here on the bottom. This is called Bee Leaf, and then using that same Morphe M213 brush. I just kind of wiped it off here a little bit. I'm going to dip into that as well and kind of continue the smoky kind of lash line all throughout the green area here. Now we do have a liner that we're going to use, but I wanted to use this green, and hopefully we'll still get it to show up on the eye, even with the liner. I think that's where we're going to leave the shadows for the top here so far. Just off of first application here, for one, I'm loving how the eyes are coming together here so far. The shadows are definitely dusty, and I do have a good amount of fallout on my face here so far. That is why we do the eyes first, so we don't mess up the face. So I will have to wipe that up. Other things I did also notice when applying the mattes back over the more shimmer metallic-y shades is it did pull that up a little bit. So that was a little bit tricky, having to go over those parts, so that part of the blendability isn't the best. But even still, I do love the pigment, and I'm liking how everything is looking here together. There is just a little bit of fuss when it comes to blending some of the textures over each other, because it did tend to lift up some of those metallics a little bit. But let's go ahead and close that. I'm going to grab a wipe. We are going to clean up the fallout and then sharpen this edge just slightly. Okay, let's grab the eyeliner next. Okay, so on Milani's site, they do have a couple of eyeliner options, but the one that I decided to go with is the Tank eyeliner. So this right here, and this one only comes in black. Say hello to the perfect eyeliner. Unlike other liners, the Tank eyeliner features a unique storage tank. Interesting. That keeps all air out of the product. The formula stays fresh, gives you intensely black pigments, and the ability to use 99% of the product. Okay? Glides on smoothly, it never skips, and dries down fast. It is waterproof, transfer proof, and lasts for 24 hours. Ooh, that's exciting. Interesting, yeah. So they say it has a tank in there and also has like a little shaky bead. Interesting. So let's open it up. It is a felt tip applicator. I would say this is more of like an average sized applicator. Let's apply it to the eyes. One eye done here so far. We're just gonna do a little baby wing, I think, today. Depends on how the other eye goes here, but that was really quick. That applied really, really nicely. So liking that so far. The felt tip applicator is nice. It's not too firm and like scratchy, but it has a little bit of softness to it. So very comfortable to apply. So far so good. Let's do the other eye. Okay. There is the eyeliner applied. Yeah, so far I like that a lot. I did have to go a little bit, just slightly wider with the wings here, just because never good at making good even winged liner. So, but I do really like that. That did apply very quick, very easy. So far so good with the eyeliner. Let's keep things going. Let's go on to the mascara. So we're gonna curl our lashes here real quick. So lashes are curled. For the mascara, we picked up the highly rated anti-gravity mascara. Prepare for a lash lift off. This highly rated anti-gravity mascara instantly delivers extreme volume, length, and lift. Ooh, I want that length and lift. Yes. For truly out of this world lashes. This is infused with nourishing castor oil. It is in an intense black formula. It applies seamlessly without clumping, smudging, and should last for up to 24 hours. The flexible molded hourglass shape brush coats and grabs every lash for maximum impact. So here is what it looks like. And then let's take a look at that hourglass shaped brush. So it is a rubbery applicator. It is a little bit different of like some hourglass shaped applicators that I've seen. Alrighty, let's give it a try here. Alrighty, I will try to come in close here for you guys. So far, I've just applied it on this eye here. So far. and I'm liking it. It definitely is dramatic. It provides volume, and it is providing length. Now my lashes are not doing a very good job of staying lifted. It did say that it should lift and lengthen the lashes, so I'm not getting a lot of the lift, but I am liking the volume and kind of the clumpiness of it. This is about maybe 2 coats so far here on this eye, so far so good. Let's apply it to the other eye. Okay, the mascara is applied on the other eye here. Still really, really liking it. Things that I noticed when applying are the applicator is a little scratchy, so that is something that you can kind of feel. So if that's something you're not comfortable with, just something to keep in mind. I don't mind it. I'm used to it with my smaller lashes having to get really close. So it is a little bit scratchy. Some of the bristles are also a little bit longer on the opposite ends with the hourglass shape, and it is a little pokey, so poke the eye a little bit, not too aggressive, but it is a little pokey there, so just, of course, when applying any mascara, just be cautious. Still loving the drama. I'm not loving that they're not staying lifted. I do wish they were lifting up a little bit more so we could see that length that it's providing. So I do like it. I just wish they were sitting up just a little bit more. But that is the mascara. Let's move on to the face. So for primer, they also have quite the range of primers, but I decided to go with their SPF, BFF, SPF 30 primer. Now, I think this is the first SPF primer I've ever had. I probably should be using more SPF products. Part of the reason why I got this, I was like, that might be a good thing for me to start using. But this says, don't forget your new BFF, SPF BFF. This lightweight lotion formula with SPF 30 helps protect the skin while smoothing skin and extending the wear of makeup on all skin types, okay? It is lightweight, fast absorbing, with moisture-rich glycerin and vitamin E. It glides on seamlessly and perfect for everyday wear. Okay, so it's good for all skin types, whether you're oily or matte, or sorry, whether you're oily or dry or a combination. It should be good for all skin types. Long-lasting, moisture-rich ingredients. Sounds like all good things. So they said it has a lotiony texture. Not much of a scent, which I appreciate that. I just kind of want to feel how thick it might feel, or if that'll kind of smooth down. It's leaving the back of the hand here so far very gleamy. So we do, that could be nice. Okay, yeah, let's try it out. I don't know what to think. Can't really base anything off the back of my hand there. Feels nice so far. Let's see how it feels on the face. That primer is applied. I do like how it's feeling here so far. I was wondering if it would feel kind of thick with it being lotiony. It's not super thick, which is nice. You can still feel it. So I don't know if we need to kind of let it set down a little bit more. It definitely leaves a gleam to the face. I think that's where it's supposed to kind of have like maybe a little bit of a dewy look. It doesn't make the face necessarily feel dewy. My face doesn't feel any different. But I think it's supposed to have a little bit of a sheen or a gleam to it to kind of make the face look dewy. So I do like how it applied. I do like how it's feeling. It might just need to sink in a little bit more. I don't think it is very like pore filling or anything like that. I definitely still do see those right now, but maybe as we apply our foundation, maybe it'll look a little bit better. It's good that it's an SPF. Feels nice so far. Let's go ahead and introduce the foundation. Okay, so for foundation, we have their Conceal and Prep 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. Okay, interesting. This comes in, oh wow, this comes in 45 shades. That's impressive. I like that a lot. Awesome. So this is a 2-in-1 complexion perfection. Combat under eye circles, redness, imperfections with our best-selling multitasking foundation and concealer formula. This provides a medium to full coverage with a natural matte finish that stays all day long. Longwear oil-free formula, waterproof, sweat-proof, so you are always photo ready. It is matte finish, they say, so sometimes I'm like, oh, well, we put this like more dewy primer on, but maybe some of that will shine through. Maybe we'll get like a nice good balance with that. Concealer and foundation. I'm kind of curious then. It's probably not. Sometimes when things are concealer and foundation, sometimes I wonder if you can open it. No, it doesn't have a doe foot. That's okay. But it does come in a glass container, has a pump. We love that. Always love a pump. I think we'll still use the concealer when we get to that part to conceal under the eyes, but maybe we'll still test this on a couple of like blemishes around and see how it does for concealing those. I did pick up 2 shades. I've got 00AA Ivory and then also picked up just 00 Light Natural. I do think the Ivory right now might be a better option for me, so that's the one that we're going to use. Let's pump this on the back of our hand here. So it is a thicker formula. Oh boy, yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be very thick, hopefully very full coverage then. Okay, let's use some of this. So we are going to take the Morphe sponge, dip on the back of our hand here, and apply this on the face. That foundation is applied. Here's what it's looking like. Now the first thing I'm noticing is the sheen on the face. It says that it is a matte formula, so I wonder if that is the primer coming through, but the face definitely looks kind of glowy, which I do like. I like it in some areas, maybe not so much here on like the forehead. That was the first thing I was like, oh, it's not coming off as matte, so I wonder if that is the primer coming through. Maybe it's not as matte as a formula. Maybe it's like a comfortable matte situation. I'm not too sure, but that was the first thing I noticed. Next thing, and this could also be a combination of the primer, I definitely feel like I see a lot of texture on my face. I usually do like to have that be a little bit more smooth, but it is showing up here, so I do think the foundation is kind of emphasizing that a little bit, but it does feel really comfortable. There is a slight tackiness that I do feel will need to be set down. I did go over a couple little areas here and tried to build up the coverage a little bit. It is buildable, I would say, a little bit. I think it says, yeah, I think it's supposed to be a very full coverage. I would maybe say medium to full coverage. Okay, yeah, medium to full coverage. I would agree with that, I would say. Yeah, there's the foundation. We're looking pretty good here so far. Let's grab the concealer again, wherever I put that. There it is. And we will conceal, maybe do a little bit of brightening. Okay, concealer is on. So far, so good. That definitely comes off, I would say, a little bit more matte than the foundation is currently here. So I do like how it very slightly pulled away some of like the dewiness that was kind of going on in the center of the face. We may still be able to correct that a little bit more with the powder. We'll see here, but I do like how the concealer is working for like brightening in the center of the face here. We'll have to see if it creases up under the eyes here at all. I don't see any creasing so far going on the eyelids, which is good. So I am really liking that. But let's go ahead now and set the face with the powder. So the powder is the Make It Last setting powder. This is what it looks like. Pretty basic. And the description here says, not all good things must come to an end. This setting powder was made to last. The ultra-fine, loose, translucent powder seals in makeup and extends wear for a statement-making glamour. Okay. Has light-reflecting pigments that diffuse fine lines, smooth imperfections, soft focus effect, oil-absorbing formula retains moisture, and adds delicate sheer coverage to reduce unexpected shine. They have 3 shades And then they also have like the translucent one here. They say three shades in a matte transparent finish, and then one of them is a luminous finish, which is their banana one, which is not what we got. Keep you confident all day. Talk about a powder play. Okay, so 4 shades, 3 of them being matte, one of them being a more luminous one. This one is a matte one. So let's open it up. Woo, I was shaking it around there. It does come with a top here that you can twist to seal it off, which I think is very nice. I like those a lot. But it does say that it is a very finely milled powder, should create a good balance between keeping the face feeling moisturized, but also mattified in the areas where needed. The milled powder should help with smoothing things out. So let's find a small Sonia brush here and dip into some of the powder. And we will first set under the eyes. I'm just going to quickly tap out in case there is any creasing that might be starting to happen. Okay, so I've kind of got the center of the face here. I'm going to grab a larger Sonia brush here now. Add just a little bit more powder and set the rest of the face. The setting powder is applied here. It's very, very interesting. First off, the whole smoothing property, yes, definitely like noticed it on my forehead here. That is an area that I'm very expressional, and my foundation always tends to crease there pretty quick. And then I did go over it with the powder, and I mean, it's still slightly there, but it did smooth it out significantly. That's really cool, so I'm liking that so far. The other thing about it, or the 2 other things about it here are, it says translucent, but for light and medium. When I think of translucent, I think of translucent, clear, not tone altering. And I do think that this did have an amount of pigment that did alter what we had going on underneath a little bit. I don't feel that the concealer brightening that I did is really there anymore. So that's something that's not my favorite. Usually when I look for a translucent shade, I don't want it to mess with the colors and the tones, you know, the foundation tones and concealers and stuff that we have going on underneath. And then also, it might feel slightly more set down, but it still has some tackiness to it. So it doesn't feel as set down as I'm used to. So that's interesting. So not too sure what I think about that so far here, but I am very impressed by the smoothing part of it, because especially on the forehead and kind of on the cheek area here where I've got some bumps and textures going on, I did notice it smooth that out, and I think that's really cool. So I do like that about it. So let's move on to the brows here next. I'm very excited about the brows. Ooh. We've got 2 brow products. So the first brow product that I got here is the Weekend Brow Eyebrow Tint. It looks like this. Now for some reason with my brow products, I don't know why, but the packaging got stuck to part of it, so that white streak is not actually part of the packaging. But, oh my gosh, I'm very excited. It's a pen. These have been more popular products that have been coming around here. This is the first time I'm using a pen product to apply my brows. I'm so excited about it, but I could easily mess it all up, but it's a pen. Very excited about that. This comes in 3 shades. They've got a soft brown, a medium brown, and an espresso. So nothing that's like a blonde. So hopefully the soft brown is a good enough shade for my blonde hair. And it says here, you want big brows but don't know how? This new Weekend Brow delivers the realist woke up like this full brow definition. Okay. A feather light brush tip, super fine, smudge resistant, pigment and polymers for long wear. This defining pen does it all, from filling in the brows to building arches. Make 'em wonder, was it microbladed? You won't believe that the brows are yours. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so I'm excited to try and create these little fine like hair strokes. We'll see how it goes, but I'm super excited. I'll open this up here again for you guys, but yeah, it has a very tiny fine tip applicator there. Let's just like, boop. Oh my gosh. Oh. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So you can get clearly pretty thin with it, and I think that should be just fine, hopefully for my blonde hairs. Let's find a spoolie here. This is probably gonna take quite some time, but let's apply the brows. Did I do it right? Here's one brow done so far. I think I like it. I think I'm not overdoing it here yet. Still looking very, very natural. The soft brown shade here is very cool, which is working very well for the blonde. It's not too dark. So far so good. We're gonna do the other brow. We'll probably have to do a bunch of bouncing back and forth here, but I think things are working out here so far. Okay, I think we're at a fairly good place with those so far. Here's what they're looking like. I think I like them. They're, with it being very fine, definitely very natural looking, but I mean, filled in really nicely. So it's gonna take some practice to get a good feel for it, but I do think I like it. Even when you go a little heavy or push a little too hard, it is pretty flexible where you can pretty quickly after go in with the spoolie and clean up. So yeah, so far I think that's looking pretty good. Let's grab the next brow product, which is the gel. And the brow gel I picked up is the Clear Brow Gel. And it just comes in clear for the Clear Brow Gel. That's why it's called the Clear Brow Gel. And it says, bye-bye bad brow day. Hello, unrevealed arches. The Clear Brow is a colorless, flexible hold brow gel that seriously elevates your brow game and sets your style. No matter how feathery or sculpted, is an easy apply formula that will never flake. That is never flaky, never sticky or clumpy, and has a precision applicator to deposit product. Okay, cool. Let's open it up. Ooh, yes. So this is a more typical kind of bristly applicator. It is short but kind of stubby. Haven't seen anything this big necessarily for a brow gel before. There's a little bit of a scent, but nothing too specific. Kind of just clean and fresh. So let's comb this through the brows then. All right, and the brows are done. That brow gel is applied. I do like it. It is a unnoticeable feeling gel, which I know most people are like, yes, that sounds amazing. I am just so used to liking a brow gel that I can feel. Really makes the brow hairs feel like they're stuck. And I don't get that from this, but I do think it is still really, really nice. So the brows do look set. The pen is sitting nicely as well, so that is good. Let's finish up the under eyes here real quick. So let's grab that palette again. We are going to grab our M433 brush here, and I'm gonna dip into that first shade that we used for transition, the Slow Burn shade. Dip in there, and then we're gonna pinch our brush and pretty much apply this all along the lower lash line, but focusing most of it on the outer half. Okay, and then we will take that next deepest shade here that we also used on the top, the Road to Nowhere, using that same brush, dipping in, pinching, and focusing this even more on the outer area, and flicking that kind of up into the existing shadows on top. Next, what I think we're gonna do here is I want there to be more gold on the lower lash line here, but I wanna take another color here. We're gonna take this Take a Hike color that's up here. This looks to be kind of more of a metallic shade. And let's use that Morphe M213 brush here, just clean it off real quick. I'm gonna dip into there. We're going to start this kind of on the lower, or continue kind of applying this on like the lower outer half. Pretty, I like this a lot. Ooh. Okay, so far so good. I'm liking that shade. That was a good choice. Let's wipe off that brush here again. We're gonna go into the next gold shade here that's in the palette. This Weekender shade right here. And continuing on the lower lash line, we're gonna kind of connect that to that kind of copper shade that we had and not bring it fully in. It'll kind of be more of like the center third of the lower lash line, I would say. And the next shade we're gonna go into for the inner corner is going to be the shade here on the bottom called Enjoy the View. Using that same Morphe brush, just cleaned it off here, gonna dip in and apply. Okay, there is the lower lash line done. I'm loving this. Similar to a lot of the shades that we used up on the top, they definitely are kind of dusty. Using a smaller brush here and being a little more precise, I'm not getting as much fallout on the eyes, but I do imagine that if you use like a setting spray with this, that would kind of help reduce some of that fallout and also probably make these shadows a lot more pigmented. But even without that, I really like how the lower lash is looking here. I like how the eye look is looking in general so far, so that's super duper exciting. Something I am noticing though, however, because we're focusing on the lower lash here right now, there is a good amount of creasing and kind of just like heaviness that is taking place under the eyes here, so a little bummed about that. I'm gonna try to tap it out here a little bit, but it's not looking the greatest under there. I'm not super worried about it, but I just do want to point it out for you guys that there is some sort of creasy and kind of cakiness that is going on under the eyes a little bit. But let's grab the mascara again here, and we will apply this to the lower lashes and maybe a little bit to the, that's not the mascara, that's the brow gel. There we go. We will apply this to the lower lashes and maybe again a little bit more to the upper lashes as well. That lower lash mascara is applied now. Definitely a little bit of a bigger, bulkier brush for the lower lash, so it did get a little bit messy, but it's still looking really, really nice. I don't know how much I would prefer this one as a lower lash mascara, but I do need to do, or attempt at least, to do a little bit of cleanup. But other than that, we're looking pretty good here so far. Now let's move back to the face here and introduce the bronzer. So the bronzer is the Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. This comes in 3 shades. I got the 02 Sun Kissed. So here is what this looks like. Very, very pretty. I'm very excited about this one. I think this is a product that a lot of people have talked about. I know one of my favorite YouTubers, Allie, has talked about it, and she, I believe, very much enjoys this formula. So I hope I like it too. It says here on the site, it is, our Silky Matte Bronzer will give you a hot girl summer glow, no matter the season. Available in 4 flattering bold shades. They only have 3 listed on the site here right now, but I guess 4 possibly. It is silky, lightweight. The texture blends seamlessly into skin without streaking while hydrating. It has argan oil, offers anti-aging benefits, and extends wear time, and is vegan. So let's take a big old fluffy brush here. This is the ColourPop F18 brush, and we will dip on in, tap off on the hand here, and apply. Okay, there is that bronzer. I think that looks really, really nice. The shade is very nice, especially this 02 Sun-Kissed one. It is cool enough to create a nice, like, shadow kind of contour, but using a wider brush, I do think it did a good job with providing bronze to the face here. So I really like how that's looking on the face here so far. It is matte. It is, you know, pulling more and more of that matte or that shine away from the face that we initially had going on. Yes, I think this is looking really pretty here so far. Awesome. Let's do highlighter next. So for highlighter, I grabbed the STROBELIGHT Instant Glow Powder Highlight. And this comes in, it looks like 7 shades here on the site. I got, I think the lightest, yeah, I got the 01 Afterglow shade. And it says, this wonder powder makes strobing and highlighting easy. Okay, whether you're guru status or total novice, I don't know what that means. I don't entirely know what that means. This highlighting powder features light reflecting pearls to define your features with a hypnotic brightness. Okay. Our vegan formula glow makeup is available in a wide range of shades, so you'll have a lit look that's always electric. There we go. We got through it. Basically what I read from that is STROBELIGHT, high shine. Like, we're gonna apply this and we're gonna look beaming. So let's see. Let's grab a highlighting brush here. We'll grab our Sigma brush. Here's what it looks like. Don't know if I showed you that. Very, very pretty. We will dip on in and apply. Okay. So the highlighter is applied here. It's very pretty, like on my phone here. I can definitely see it. I do really like how that's looking, but I'm not getting that whole stroby, intense highlight from it. So I was kind of like, oh, a little bit disappointed by that, but it is really pretty. I do see it showing up here in the face. It is looking very, very nice, just not as punchy as I thought it was going to be based off the website. So there is that. Let's go on to the blush here now. And for blush, I picked up the Baked blush. I went with 2 shades here. I've got 05 Luminoso and 14 Petal Primavera. These were also Allie recommendations, especially this Luminoso one. She says that a lot of people use it and she really likes it, so I got it. Now I have used a Milani blush before. I do own one of their like Petal Rose, I believe is what it's called. And I do like that one. I use that one more as like a topper in addition with other ones because it has a bit of a shimmer to it and the pigment isn't as like punchy. So I usually use it on top of other blushes, but I really wanted to try out their Baked blush formula. And so on the site here it says, this glam is goals. See what the hype is about with our permanently popular Baked blush line. So from our Luminoso blush to Dulce Pink, from our Petal Primavera shades to the classics. These richly pigmented, highly buildable blushes feature a satin shimmery shade that works for every attitude. Baked blush season is every season. They have 11 shades to choose from. Gives you the ultimate pop of cheeky color for any skin tone. Yeah, it kind of repeats a couple more things in there at the end there. So, pigment, a little bit of a sheen, should work with every skin tone. 11 shades, I think that's really nice. I think, especially with like kind of like the, I'm gonna say terracotta, I think that's the right tone, kind of the browns that we have going on the eyes here. I do think, and I'm very excited about this, I do think Luminoso is the shade that we're gonna go with. So opening it up, here is what it looks like. You can definitely kind of see that sheen in there. So let's grab a brush. We're gonna use our e.l.f. angled blush brush. Ooh, definitely a lot of kickback on that. And let's apply this. There is that blush applied. That is a beautiful shade. That looks very nice here. I like that a lot. Very good pigment, very dusty, I would say. You do get a lot of pickup and kickback when you're going in on the brush here or going into the blush here. Nice and buildable. I really like how that looks. That is beautiful. Yes, love it. Yes, that looks so pretty. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, where are we at? We are on to the lips. So for lip liners, we picked up 2. They have a couple of lip liner options. I went with their like sharpening pencils, which I don't typically do, but I did. And this is the Color Statement Lip Liner. This comes in currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades it looks like. And I picked up the shades 03 Nude and 04 All Natural. It says, this lip pencil offers effortless application and incredible color payoff with ultra flattering shades and super long wearing formula that won't dry out your lips. Okay. Color Statement Lip Liner Pencil has become a long running fan favorite. It is loved for its rich pigments, a versatile range of shades, long-lasting liner that lets you define, shape, and fill your lips for an obsession-worthy look. Let's take a look here. So yep, I did have the 2 shades. I won't introduce the lip color here yet, but I just want to see which one will be a better option. I think they would both work, but we are going to go with 04 All Natural. That is this shade right here. The one right next to it is the other one. I will let you know here in a little bit, but I do think this has good similar tones to kind of what's going on with the rest of the face here. 03 is the other one. Yep. So 04 Natural. Let's go ahead and line and fill in the lips with this. There is the lip liner applied here so far. Now for a pencil, like a sharpening pencil lip liner like this, that applied so nicely. It was not scratchy or anything like that. The formula feels really nice, just slightly drying, but almost in the sense of like, it feels like it's not gonna go anywhere and it's not gonna get, hopefully not any worse than this. Definitely still comfortable, very nice, very matte. This color is pretty. I kind of wish we would just leave it right here, but we're not going to. I love how that looks. I'm really liking that a lot. So that's super nice. So let's introduce the lipstick here now. Okay, and the lipstick I'm pretty sure is a very new, it's become a very popular lip product for them. But it is their Color Fetish Matte Lipstick. And I picked up the shade 430 Secret. Here is what this looks like. The packaging is just so beautiful. And I do think that this is going to be a little more mauve-y than what we've got going on here. So I'm going to try to go light because I do like what we've got going on. But of course we are going to test this out. Let's see what it says here. It is a ultra creamy pigmented rich lipstick with rich lipstick in a range of shades designed to complement every skin tone. I like that we hear that in so many descriptions, every skin tone. Luxurious soft velvet matte finish. Luxurious soft velvet matte finish. Highly comfort lipstick glides seamlessly on lips, providing a full coverage, one stroke payoff. It is a long wearing formula that helps keep lips smooth, soft, and moisturizing with hyaluronic acid. Okay, let's try it out. I'm so excited. Okay, that is applied. That honestly looks shade-wise a lot better than I thought. I was worried that this would be a little bit more like kind of mauve-y, or just a little too purpley or maybe even pinky based off like the packaging and how it looks here. But it looks really nice here on the lips. It is a very comfortable matte formula. It looks and feels so nice. I am loving that. That is so nice. Yeah, wow. Okay, awesome. Let's just keep going. I'm loving how everything is looking here so far, so that's exciting. We are on to the last product, which is the setting spray. So this is from their Make It Last line. It seems as though they've got a couple that have come out. This is the Make It Last Original. Prime, Correct, and Set. Yes, Prime, Correct, and Set. Okay. So this is what it looks like. A clear package, plastic, and it says here, spray then slay. This is a long wearing primer and setting spray from our Make It Last line, which will lock in your makeup and make touch-ups a thing of the past. Simply spray to freshly applied makeup to last it all day long, all day night. Make it last. You can also use it to prep your face to reduce the appearance of imperfections and then lock in for the long haul. Okay. I always forget that a lot of like setting sprays nowadays you can also prep your face with. So that's a very interesting thing that I'll have to try out at some point, hopefully. 16 hours without a crease or smudge in sight. Let's try it out. Did I say? Okay, natural finish. Cool. So natural finish shouldn't hopefully alter too much of what's going on under the face here so far. Let's give it a Mr. Test. Feels very nice, very fine. I don't think it'll sputter too much. It doesn't have like a whole lot of distance to it, but I mean, that's honestly probably pretty nice. You don't need to like keep it super far away from your face when you're trying to set your face. So let's go ahead and spray this all over. Alrighty. No scent or anything, which is very, very nice. I probably went a touch heavy. There are some little bits of droplets here on the face, so like usual, I will still take my sponge, I will grab my fan, and we will dry this down. Okay, had to clear some of the memory from my card because I didn't realize I still had some other recorded stuff on there, but we're back. Face is all set. It's been maybe about half an hour while I cleared out my memory card, but the face is set. Here is what our full face is looking like. Overall, I am so happy with how majority of these products are working, how everything is working together, how everything is looking here on the face. I am loving the look, and I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below of what you guys think of this look. Let me know down below. But let's figure out how much this full face cost. Let's talk about the products individually here, because I am loving this. So, our full face of Milani, we used, was it 15 products? Yeah, we had a total of 15 products to put this face together. That's amazing. This full face cost $160.85. So it is a touch above that $150 range, but I've kind of decided to kind of go a little bit out of order here, a little bit. But for this to be a drugstore brand, for it to be $160, have 15 products here to create a full face, I don't think that's too bad. Based off the overall performance of everything, them claiming to even still use luxurious ingredients and stuff and still give it to you for a lower cost, yeah, for sure. Like, you can find products that are luxurious and your full face is like $600. And so for this not to be $600 is amazing. That is definitely high for a drugstore price to some extent, but even still, we got a full face. The products are working amazingly here. I do think that is a good price for Milani. So, let's talk about the products here individually. We started off with the concealer. We applied it to the eyes to prep the eyes, and then we used it under the eyes and in the center of the face to brighten and conceal. This is one, I'm just taking a look at my mirror here. This is one I think I'm gonna have to say yes for now to. I do think it did a really good job of prepping our eyelids for the eyeshadows. I'm not seeing any creasing taking place on the eyelids here so far, so I do really like that about it. It did a very good job of brightening the face initially. The coverage is maybe like a medium coverage. When we were applying it on the eyes, it didn't fully cancel out all of the veins. I didn't use it as much for like concealing on the face, mostly just like under the eyes and the center of the face. So I don't know what to think of it for concealing blemishes and stuff on the face here, but I would say it's a pretty medium coverage, very lightweight. There was a little bit of the creasing that was taking place under the eyes, but that could even be from a combination of the foundation, the primer, the powder. There might be other things that are taking place on that. So I do want to say yes for now and continue to try it out because I did really like how it set our eyes up for the eyeshadows. And then we went into the eyeshadows, the Gilded Terra eyeshadow palette here, and this is a definite yes. I love the colors that are in this eyeshadow palette. Now it is a little dusty, it is a little messy when it comes to the application, but that's something I don't mind. There is beautiful pigment, beautiful glitter, the mattes blend on your eyes really, really nicely. There was that one little situation, I guess, when going back over some of like the metallic-y shades with another matte again, and some of the product was kind of pulling up a little bit. So there is a little bit of fussing that needs to be done with it, but I do just really love the colors that are in here. They're stunning. And the price for this, I believe it was like around $20. So for $20 to get this pigment, this color story, for me, I'm sold. So I'm gonna say yes. I'm definitely gonna get use out of it. I love the eye look that we came up with. I love the greens, they're beautiful. So yes, yes, yes. And then we did the eyeliner, and this is also a yes. I loved how quick we got the eyeliner applied. It dried down very matte, it's very black. It wasn't fussy when it came to applying it. Cleanup with it as well was super easy. We slightly winged things out here a little bit. The tip seems so far fairly nice when it comes to applying a wing, but overall just how quick, how matte, how black it applied, this is a yes. And then we went into the mascara next, and this is also a yes. The one downfall I'm gonna mention just right away is that the fact that my lashes are not staying lifted. That was one thing that they did state on the website, that it was lengthening and lifting. I'm not seeing that lift, but there is the length, and it is very dramatic. There is the volume. The lashes coat so nicely. For those reasons, I'm definitely saying yes, and I'm so excited to continue to use this. And then we went into the brows, and we started off with the brow pen, and this is also a yes. It is probably going to take me some time to get more familiar with this type of technique, but I do also have some more upcoming brand new face videos that are also going to be using brow pens, and I'm so excited about it because these have become more of a popular thing. So I'm happy to finally get on board with that. But I love how the brows are looking. I like how natural, and it really does do a really good job of doing thin, actual hair-like strokes. Like my micro pencils kind of imitate that, but clearly not anything close to what a pen like this can do. So looks beautiful. The specific light or soft brown shade that we got works with my blonde hairs. It's not like, it has a cool undertone to it, so everything is looking really nice there. So yes. And then the brow gel. This one I'm going to say yes for now too, because even though the brow hairs look to be staying in place, they're not moving, I'm just so used to a brow gel I can feel. So when I think of like, ooh, I need to set my brows down, I'm likely gonna be pulling for some of my products I know that the brows are gonna stay in place because I can feel it. So it just has a little bit of a different formula than what I'm used to, but it still is a great product. So I'm gonna say yes for now. I'm gonna try to grab for it a couple more times, see how well the brows stay in place, because so far they're looking really, really nice, but it's just undetectable. It's very interesting. So yes for now. And then we went into the face, and we started with our primer, our SPF primer, this guy right here. I'm going to say yes, mostly because right now I need to start using SPFs. Everybody should be using an SPF, and that's something I have not been good about. So I'm going to use this more often because it's an SPF. It's good for your skin. It's good to help you look nice and young and things like that, which I should be doing more of. But other than that, it did feel really nice applying to the face. It wasn't too heavy, even though it was very lotiony. The face looked very, very dewy afterwards, and I do think we were seeing a lot of that come through a lot of the other products as we were putting more and more on top. That dewiness did come through still, so I think that's very, very cool. I will, however, use it in addition with other primers. I didn't feel very mattified, not mattified, that's not the right word. I didn't feel very like pore smoothed out or pore filled, I guess. So I would want to use something that is a little bit more pore filling and blurring in those areas, but then use this in addition because it's SPF. It's good for you, and I like the dewiness, so yes to this guy. And next we used the foundation, or the Foundation Conceal Prep 2-in-1 foundation, this guy. Everything is looking really good here on the face right now. However, I do think I'm gonna say no to this guy. When I'm thinking about the foundations that I have in my collection, I just know that I have other ones in there that I'm gonna reach for a little bit more when applying this over the primer. And again, it could still also be something with the primer. I did see a lot of my textures still showing. It is a medium to full coverage. It did do an okay job kind of covering over some blemish spots that I have on the face here. It's not that bad of a foundation. Like, if I didn't have as much as I had in there, I would probably say yes to it. But just when I'm thinking of all the other foundations I have, I just don't know how often this will be one I grab for. So it's a good primer, or not a primer, what am I saying? It's a good foundation. I just don't see myself grabbing for it very often. So I will say no. Oh, setting powder. This right here. This product is interesting. I'm gonna say yes for now. Mostly because of that whole blurring and smoothing thing that it did. A lot of the previous products that we were using before, I wasn't seeing that happen. And then I put this on and I was like, oh, there we go. There's that smoothing that I was looking for. So I'm trying to just imagine that if I use this in combination with other products that I enjoy that prepare a nice smooth face, what could this do on top to even, help that out even more? So I'm very curious about that. However, I didn't enjoy that. I felt that it altered the color from the products that we had underneath, and it didn't fully feel set down as well. So those are things I'll have to take a look at, but I did like the whole smoothing properties of it. So it is a yes for now. And then the bronzer. Our Silky Matte Bronzer, this is a definite yes. I love how this is looking on the face here. It is a beautiful cool tone color, just this specific sun-kissed one. So beautiful for sculpting and creating that sculpt look. And then also, again, we used a larger brush, so it also created a nice bronzed look as well. So yes, love the formula, love how it's looking here. Definite yes. And then we did the highlighter, and similar to the foundation, it was a good highlighter. The biggest thing is it didn't feel as beaming as it's stated to be on the website here. And I think a lot of the glow right now that's coming on the face currently is probably more from our blush than maybe from this. So I wasn't very wowed by the performance. It still did provide a little bit of a highlight to the face here, very comfortable, but I was really curious to see how punchy it would be, and I just didn't see that. So it's good, but just not as punchy, and compared to other ones that I have in my collection currently, I just don't know how much I would grab for it. So I will say no to that. And then we did the blush. We went into our baked blush and we used the Luminoso shade here. Yes, this shade is a beautiful color, and I'm not always somebody who likes a more shimmery blush, but I like this one. This one is very, very pretty. The pigment is beautiful. This specific color is beautiful, so I'm excited to try out the other one that I also got. builds really nicely, but also like, you know, it blends nicely as well too. So definite yes to the blush. And then we went into the lips and we first put on our lip liner. We used the All 4 Natural this time around. Yes, I was surprised by how much I liked this pencil liner. It felt a little dry, you know, at first because it's supposed to be mattifying, but not uncomfortable. Like it was just like right there. Like if any more, I'd be like, ooh, this is not comfortable, but this was okay. So smooth, applied really quick, and it feels comfortable. So yes. And then the lipstick. This is also a yes. For this to be a matte lipstick as well, it also feels so comfortable and so creamy on the lips. I was worried that this specific color was maybe going to be a little bit of an odd color for what we had going on, but we were lucky. It all worked out. It's looking amazing here. I'm excited to check out a couple more colors from this line. It feels great. It looks great. Loving this. And the last product was the setting spray. This guy right here, I'm gonna also say yes. After applying it, I did feel very set. It didn't feel that it altered anything that was going on underneath, which it does say it's the natural finish. It's not dewy, it's not matte, it's just natural. So I like that a lot. That's something I love to look for in a lot of my setting sprays, is if I like what's going on underneath and I don't want to change it, I want to find something like this. So yes to the setting spray as well. And that is all of the products. We are only passing on 2, and everything else we were hanging on to, which I think is so, so amazing. I'm so happy that I finally tried out more products from Milani because, like I said near the beginning of my video, I always see things from the brand and I'm just like, oh, it looks so good. And I just had, for some reason, had never gone out to try them. And now we have, and majority of them are amazing. This makes me excited to go and grab more products from their brand. And yes, loving the look, loving the products, and I hope you guys are loving it here too. So yeah, that is going to be everything for this video. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you guys have any brands that you would love for me to put into a brand new face video, let me know. I would love to add it to the list of so many brands and make a future video for you. And if you want to be notified of the next time that I post, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified. And I don't know if I'm missing anything, but that's going to be everything for this video. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.